A woman and daughter convicted Scunthorpe sex offenders Candice Dakota Taylor and Diane Mary Higson, have been prohibited from possessing animals for a decade following the mistreatment of their severely matted elderly Lhasa Apso dog, which had to be euthanized after being discovered drenched in feces and urine, infested with fleas, and with excessively matted fur. Candice Dakota Taylor, 34, and her mother Diane Mary Higson, 58, acknowledged their failure to safeguard their Lhasa Apso, Sade, from pain, suffering, injury, or disease by neglecting to provide essential veterinary treatment. The 13-year-old dog was discovered drenched in feces and urine, with her tail rigid and her small body infested with fleas. She was afflicted with dermatological, ophthalmic, and auditory ailments and was critically underweight when RSPCA officers intervened at the residence in Scunthorpe last December. Her illness was so severe that euthanasia was necessary. I was appalled by her condition, Animal Rescue Officer Molly Masters, who visited the property after a welfare tip-off, told Need to Know. She was severely matted, so much that I was physically unable to see her face. Her tail was rock solid and she smelt strongly of urine and feces. On a closer look, she was covered in feces which was stuck to her matted fur. Miss Candice Dakota Taylor advised me that she couldn't take her to the groomers or the vets as Sade bites. Shocking details later emerged of wire and chewing gum stuck in the poor dog's tangled coat, as well as suspected tumors around her back. RSPCA Inspector Natalie Hill, who investigated, said, "This was a very sad outcome for a dog who had clearly been severely neglected. There is no excuse for letting your dog get into such a sorry state." The court heard Candice Dakota Taylor and Diane Mary Higson claimed they both suffered with mental health issues, didn't realize Sade was in pain, and argued she was old. They had no previous convictions and allowed the RSPCA access to the property. Candice Dakota Taylor was sentenced to a 12-month community order, including 15 rehabilitation activity days, and fined £120. She was also banned from keeping animals for a decade. Her mum Diane Mary Higson was handed a 12-month community order with 5 rehab days, plus 40 hours of unpaid work. She too was hit with a 10-year ban, and her remaining pets, a cat and a dog, will be seized by the RSPCA and rehomed. Neither Candice Dakota Taylor and Diane Mary Higson should be allowed to be with animals or children unsupervised.